It's time for another Tuesday's Tech Tips from Active DataComm. Welcome to the first installment in our batch file series, in which we will start with the basics, and over time, end up making use of sophisticated tools and automating advanced tasks. Batch files are just text files that contain commands to be run in batches, usually one command after another, one line at a time. Every operating system supports some type of batch file, shell script, or equivalent, but we will focus on writing batch files for Microsoft Windows. From DOS all the way through Windows 7, batch files have been in use for a very long time, and their basic usage has remained rather consistent. Just about any command that can be run from the command line can be included in a batch file, and a variety of tools exist that can make batch files extraordinarily powerful. To begin, let's start with a simple Hello World batch file. A batch file is just plain text, so the easiest way to start your batch file is to open a folder you would like to use, create a new text file, and then change the file extension from txt to bat. Now you can use any text editor, such as Notepad or Notepad++ to write, edit, and save your batch file. Let's get started. Rem, short for remark, means that the line is not a command to be run, but a comment. In this example, we are describing the batch file with the remark. Echo is a command that displays or echoes output. Here echo will print hello world to the console. Finally, pause is simply a command that pauses execution until the user presses a key on the keyboard. To run the batch file, we can simply double-click its icon, or if we are in a command window in its directory, we can just type its name. When we run the batch file, it behaves as expected, but it would be nicer if the commands themselves were hidden, so that only their output were visible. This is as simple as adding an @ symbol before each command in the batch file. You can also turn off this behavior for all commands in the batch file at once, but we will handle each one separately for now. Now let's try using variables. A variable just makes some text, number, or other information easier to reuse and update. If we use variables to describe parameters, and so on throughout the batch file, if something needs to be changed later, we only have to update the variable instead of each of the multiple occurrences throughout the file. To set a variable, we just need to use the set command, followed by the variable name and equal sign, and the value to be assigned to the variable. Here we will set word1 to be hello and word2 to be world. Now we can use the variables in our echo command by enclosing each one in % symbols. Now if we want to echo a different phrase, we can simply change the values of the variables, without having to alter the echo command itself. Now let's write to a text file. First we set a variable that contains the path and file name for the target file. Now we can use the echo command again, but this time, we will add a greater than symbol, also known as a right angle bracket, followed by the variable for our text file. This results in the echo command sending its output directly to the target file, rather than to the console. We can also append to a file by using two right angle brackets together. Here we echo the word hello to the file first, then append the word world to the file. In our last example, we are simply writing, then appending to the file, and pausing again, but after the pause, we use the type command to display the contents of the file. Notice that using a variable keeps us from having to type out the path and file name again. If we ever want to change the location or name of the file to which we are writing, we only have to change the value of the variable. This has just been a very simple introduction to batch files. As this series continues, we will build upon each previous installment until we have a powerful and full-featured backup script. Once our batch file is complete, we can run it anytime, schedule it to be run automatically, and so on. This has been another Tuesday's Tech Tips from Active DataComm. Thank you for watching, and if you ever need help with your computer, network, website, or any IT issues, just call Clix or come by. Call us at 662-620-7996. Visit us online at www.callactive.com or stop by in Tupelo, Mississippi.